Hello guys, in this video we'll be seeing how to install CentOS using Vagrant. Also we'll be installing minikube on top of that. So this is going to be a real quick one. The prerequisite we need is like any virtualization tool like a Oracle VM or VirtualBox installed on the Windows system or any platform where you choose. Also I have installed Git Bash. Yeah, let's start. Let me open my Git Bash. So you can create any folder where you can keep all the VM information. Okay, I have my VM's information on here. So all the towers I have created or folders I have created will be here. So I'm going to remove my existing CL8 things. So I'm going to create RHL8. On top of that, I'm going to install minikube. Like though we are going to install CentOS, it's like a same architecture of RHL8. So that's where I mentioned it's RHL8. Okay. So how Vagrant is working, like you have to install, and also when you run Vagrant init, that means initiate. So it will create a template for you. In the template, you can specify the record configuration like CPU memories and IP address, those things. So this is the file being placed. See, it's saying the Vagrant file being placed in the directory. So I'm going to open the file which created recently. So I'm going to change the OS I needed. So I'm going to say CentOS/8. Also, I'm going to enable the IP address which I need. You can specify the IP network, whatever you look for, right? So this is my default network, so I give the things. So it's going to be assigned 192.168.33.10 for the VM. It's going to be up. Also, I'm going to specify my custom CPU and memory settings. By default, at 1 GB, I need a 2 GB because minikube need a 2 GB of memory. CPUs is equal to, I need a 2 CPU for minikube. That's all. Now we are going to tell Vagrant, hey, bring up my machine. So it's going to be bring up your machine with a configuration with the CentOS 8. It's going to be a super fast here. When it's bring up, you'll see another OS name here with RHL8. The folder name what you given. See, it just created the folders in here. I'm going to start your VM in a minute. If you never use the CentOS on your system, it may take some time to pull images from internet. Since I used other VMs virtual machine using the CentOS, it keeping the image information locally, so it's going to be super fast. Yeah, though since it's going to be a lightweight image, if you install new also, it's not going to be take much time. It's going to be 2 minutes or not more than that. Yeah. Okay. Uh, the VM is up. So if you go back here, you can see it is running state. Okay. Now that our VM is up, so how to log in? So all you have to do is Vagrant sh. It's going to log into the system where you created right now, the same folder, right? The one thing is by default, Vagrant won't allow you using the username password authentication. It use the key method. To enable username password, you have to go here and SSH, enable password authentication method. So it is disabled now. So just enable lit back. So you can log in using the username password. If you look at the IP address, this is the same IP we mentioned in the configuration file, Vagrant config. So put back your IP. It won't allow until we restart the SSH. This is what we expected. So I'm going to systemctl restart SSH D. Go back to your putty session and log in. It should you allow. Alright, now time to install minikube. To minikube, the CentOS default have some mirror repo which is not working, so I'm going to change a few of them in my mirror. Then it's time to install your EPL and podman. Both are required for your minikube installation. Alright, it installed the podman. Let's go and download the installer and move them to bin directory, and let's start the minikube. And then you can set up your alias. Check the ports and create a namespace. Also, if you like to create a config map, test config map. That's all you got. kubectl get cm.